Morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Frank says good morning as well. It is Sunday morning. Look at the time. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd get up and film this video. It's going to be a fairly quick one. It's a sort of how to did you know video, and I've been meaning to produce this video for a little while. I had a eureka moment a couple of years ago, one that I was a little bit embarrassed about because, well, considering I've handled a lot of watches, I would have expected myself to have discovered this a while ago. And at the time, I thought, I'm sure everybody else knows this. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. And I'm talking about how watch companies use smaller links to enable you to adjust bracelets to a sort of macro level. And yeah, I recently received this PITZMANN 2, and they reminded me in their email that this watch comes with, well, not half links, but they are smaller than half links, and how you can actually get a decent level of adjustment using these links in different combinations. Now, I did think that maybe I was the last person on the planet to discover this, but yeah, I think perhaps maybe I'm not. So in this video, I'm going to head over to the Lightbox now, show you this watch, more primarily its bracelet, and show you how you can use the links in different combinations to actually get a decent level of adjustment and fit. I think a few of you are missing out on watches that you would have bought had the clasps had micro adjustment. Well, the clasps may not have micro adjustment, but the bracelets do. Let's head over there and take a look. Now, here's the watch and the bracelet that's essentially prompted this video. And as you can see, I've removed the two smaller links that SELTEN have provided with the bracelet. They did come on the bracelet, but I've removed them for now, and I have just put in front of us 5 normal links. Now, I've measured the centers from this hole to this hole, and these are perfectly 10 millimeters. So each one of these links is going to add or subtract 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter from the length of the bracelet. Now, I've pulled out a couple of pins to measure center to center. I've also done it off camera, and yeah, the length of these 5 links is perfectly 5 centimeters or 50 millimeters. So absolutely 100%, each of these links is 10 millimeters long. Now, let's say, for example, using full links, you've managed to get a fairly decent fit, but it's fractionally too tight. You want just a little bit of extra length, don't we all? I'm going to remove a full link and now add into the bracelet. It doesn't matter where you add them, but I would add these 2 links back in. So I've now removed 1 full link and added the 2 smaller links back in, and we've given ourselves an additional 3 millimeters of length. It all counts, right? And believe it or not, the typical micro adjustment level length is roughly 3 millimeters. Look, I'm measuring center to center on these holes, and it's around 3 millimeters. So using these links, we've been able to get the same level of adjustment as we would get out of a clasp like this. Now, I've gone back to the 5 full links. Now, let's say it's a little bit loose and we want it a little bit tighter. In that situation, I would remove a full link and just add 1 of the smaller links. And as you can see, that has reduced the length of the bracelet by 3.5 millimeters. So we've gone 46.5 millimeters, 50 millimeters, and 53 millimeters. Now, let's say, for example, we're still not happy with the fit. It's still a touch too loose. We want a little bit more taking out the length. In that situation, I would take out another full link and put back in the second smaller link. So using these smaller links, we've now managed to adjust this length of bracelet from 53 millimeters down to 50 millimeters, down to 46.5 millimeters, and now down to 43 millimeters. So yeah, you can now see how using these 2 smaller links in different combinations, you are able to get, on average, roughly 3 millimeters of adjustment, which is basically the same that you would get from a typical clasp with built-in micro adjustments. Now, I just want to make it clear, having shown you this with this particular watch, not all manufacturers and watches come with this level of adjustment. Some watches might come with butterfly clasps and they won't have any adjustment whatsoever. You will just have full links to play with, and with those watches you are far less likely to get a comfortable fit. There are some other watches that will come with proper half links, and so you're going to be able to get roughly 5 millimeters of adjustment by adding and yeah, removing that half link. But with watches like this, where the manufacturers have very consciously and thoughtfully added these, well, not half links, but something in between, you will absolutely be able to get a decent fit. 3 millimeters is, a fairly fine adjustment, and I've managed to get this watch to fit absolutely perfectly. So yeah, worth considering next time you see a watch like this and you think, oh, I'm not going to be able to get that one to fit. Well, with this particular watch, you probably will.